Two people can have the exact same thing that's important to them, and yet they can be at the same event and they both value something greatly, and yet they will respond extremely differently in the same situation. We're going to be talking about why that is in today's episode of Master the Mind. Because today we're talking about questions. We're talking about how to understand a person's internal rules. And I'm going to be talking about what that is today. But first of all, I'll just give you a quick metaphor, a quick analogy. When you travel, you go to different countries, and different countries have different laws. And when you go to the country, you abide by those laws of that country because basically you don't want to get in trouble. You want to fit in. You want to adhere to the rules of that country. Now, different people have different rules. And if you want to influence effectively, if you want to coach more powerfully, if you want to persuade, then understanding the rules that different people have will take you further, faster than ever before. So let's go through that. Now, if you go into any coaching or if you do some personal development programs, they'll tell you to understand people's values. Okay, what's important to a person, and that's good. You want to understand what's important to people. However, there's another level to understanding what's important to people, which is understanding the rules, because two people can have the same thing that's important to them. They can have one value, which is love or etc. So two different people can have the same thing that's very valuable to them, and they can feel very, very differently. Think of it this way. A couple, the most important thing to them in their life is a relationship, their relationship. But they both have the same value, but both of them feel very differently. One is extremely happy and one is extremely sad, but they have the same value. Why is it different? Because of people's internal rules. And so we want to talk about that. So you've seen this before. Different people have, when people have different finances. And I give you an example. There's Jordan Belfort. He's the Wolf of Wall Street. He made $47 million in a year. And he was pissed off. He was upset. He was angry. And there's some people that they made a lot, like I don't know, $100,000 in a year, and they were very happy. What was the difference? Was the rules. Because his rule was, I will have made it if I make 50. He wanted a round figure. And that was the rule he had in his mind. So you see, we can both, different people both value success or financials, but then we have different rules. And that's what determines whether you're going to be happy or sad. This is going to be your heaven or your hell, your rules. Have you ever seen somebody that's got like crazy, they look like they've been carb free since 93, and yet they're really upset with their body and etc. and all that sort of their health. They're like, oh my God, and you're like, what's wrong with this person? And that because of their rules. They value health, but another person also values health. One person's happy, one person's angry or sad or dissatisfied because of the rules. Same thing with a career. People two people can value the same profession. I know guys that are in, like, for example, in the filming industry. They love the filming industry, but one loves his job, one hates his job. Why? Because of the rules. We can value the same thing, but two people can be very different about it, feel very different about it. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you 6 power coaching questions that will help you to understand internal rules, to help you understand a person's internal rules. So let's go through these.
Number one.
So the first thing that you want to do is find out, what is that value? What is that thing that's important to them? And it's as simple as just asking someone, okay, so what's important to you? What's important to you? You ask them that. Now, so that's the first part. Then you just sort of say, okay, so once you find out what's important to them, they go success, love, career, relationship, whatever it is, you find out what's important to them, or whatever that it is that you want to deep dive into. And then find out what needs to happen in order for them to feel love, in order for you to feel success, in order for you to feel happiness. So someone says, happiness is super important to me. Okay, so what needs to happen in order for you to feel happy? Now, typically people don't think about this, but then they have some rules and they think about it and they go, well, I need to have this, I need to have this, I need to have this. You ask someone, what must happen in order for you to feel loved? Ask yourself that, right? You'll find that you, in order for you to feel loved versus somebody else to feel loved, we have very different rules. There's somebody, I know there's a couple that was fighting. And they were like, okay, what needs to happen in order for you to feel loved? And one, the woman in the relationship was like, oh, he needs to, I want him to shower me with gifts. I want him to show me that he loves me. I want him to do things for me. And the guy was like, kept saying, I love you, I love you, I love you. But he wasn't doing things for her. He wasn't buying the gifts. He wasn't showing her by doing extra things. So she thought he didn't love me because the rules weren't met. And you ask the guy, like, what needs to happen in order for you to feel loved? And he goes, I just want someone to say to me that they love me and let me know that everything's going to be okay and that they've got my back, and just be there and just say that I love you. So you can have two different people that have very, very different rules. So ask the person, what needs to happen in order for you to feel loved, successful, whatever it is that you're asking about. Okay, so ask what needs to happen. So that was step number 2. Let's go on to
number three.
So number 3 is look into what must not happen. What should never happen. Like, oh hell no! Like, this is no way, no how it's gonna happen, right? What must never happen? What must never happen in a relationship for you to feel loved? They must never lie to me. They must never this. What must never happen in order for you to be successful? I must never steal. I must never kill somebody in order to be successful. I must never commit a crime. I don't know. But what are the rules that people have? You want to find out what they must have and what must they never do. So you figure out, what are the parameters? What are you working with in between? So that's number 3. You figure out what must never happen.
Number four.
Then, so we have our rules for ourselves, right? Like, what must happen, what must never happen, what must other people do? If you're talking about a relationship and you're saying, okay, so in order for you to feel happy in a relationship, what must he do, she do? What in order for you to be successful, what must your customers do, or your boss do, or your shareholders, whoever you're working with? What are the rules that you have, that your client has for other people? Ask them, what are the rules that you have for other people? Okay, so that's number 4. Find out what are the rules for others.
Number 5.
And just like we have, you see, we always have the do's and the don'ts, right? The rules have the things that you must have and the things that you must not have. the things that other people should do and the things that other people shouldn't do. So what must he, she, they never do? So what are the rules for other people? Okay, what must he, she, they never do? Okay, so these are some of the rules. Discover your rules for others. So that's number 5.
Number 6. Number 6.
And then discover the rules for yourself, for the client, if you're, or the person that you're persuading. What must you always do? Who must you always be? What should you always be doing? Discover the person's rules for themselves. And then once you've done these 6, you will have a very good idea of the landscape, of what is going on in the person's mind, what must happen, what mustn't happen, in order for them to feel a certain way. Now, just asking these alone is so powerful, because you will get people to discover for themselves where they may be going wrong, what some of the challenges may be, because people do these things and then they never realize how hard they are on themselves when they write it down or when they hear it out loud. And that's why the next step is just repeat some of the answers back. Don't judge a person. Don't sort of say, this doesn't seem right. Just repeat back the answers and just say, does this seem about right to you? And how do you feel about these rules? Sometimes people go, wow, they're a bit harsh. They might be a bit tough, etc. But you want to just repeat the answers back, just to help a person discover what their rules are. And then if a person hears them, maybe they might feel like they want to change their rules. Okay, this is just about understanding people's rules, and it's very, very, very powerful. So repeat the answers back, and that's basically it. These are the 6 questions that you can ask to help you to understand a person's internal rules. And with that, I want to leave you with the phrase that pays for today, and that is, to influence a person, you have to find out what already influences them. Other than that, I want to thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of Master the Mind. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace out, one love, and I will see you on another episode real soon. If you haven't, do hit the subscribe button. If you're on YouTube, do check out another video, and I will see you on another episode real soon. And remember, make an impact in somebody's life, even if it's your own. Peace out, one love. See you guys soon.